Presentation 3. Sleep Strategies. Enemies of sleep. Presentation 2 explore the many factors that disrupt or reduce the quantity and quality of sleep we experience. Sleep strategies. In this presentation, each of the enemies of sleep are revisited with practical suggestions for addressing them. Attitudes to sleep, behaviour choices, environmental influences, routine and stress. Attitudes to sleep. Talk positively about sleep and explain its role in growth and repair of our bodies, and also how it helps us to learn and remember things. Model a good sleep attitude. Say things like, "I'm looking forward to getting to bed. It's important I get a good night's sleep." You could also use a sleep app to monitor your sleep and discuss this with your child. Encourage and support your child to keep a sleep diary for a week or longer. They could also design a sleep poster with the recommended number of hours they need. You might also find it useful to set an alarm clock to go off to signal bedtime. Behaviour choices. Managing our tendency to make poor choices between sleep and other exciting activities requires strict rules. Have a cut-off time for TV, computer games, electronic devices, and when homework needs to be done. Include everything that needs to be done before bed, such as organising school bags. Make a note of excuses given for not being ready for bedtime, and add to or amend rules as necessary. It can be very helpful to have rules displayed visually. Try to enforce rules with consequences for failing to follow them. Environmental factors. Consider lowering light levels around the house in the hour before bedtime. Use blackout curtains to block out summer sunlight and street lighting. Consider the types of lighting in bedrooms. Modern energy-saving bulbs often give out a lot of blue light that interferes with sleep. Older incandescent bulbs are better for bedrooms. Bulbs giving off red light are the best and can still be used for reading. If your child needs a night light, consider buying one with a red or orange glow. Use radiator thermostats to keep bedroom temperatures comfortable. Use clip-together duvet systems to give 3 choices of warmth rating, TOG, to achieve optimum comfort. Also consider ventilation either through external windows or internal vents in walls or doors. Routine. Try to keep the bedtime routine the same each night. This should include the same bedtime for weekend and holidays. When there are unavoidable late nights, try to avoid your child sleeping in too late the next morning. Sometimes it is better to keep to the same bedtime routine, e.g. bath and story, even if starting it later than usual. For children who can become very anxious when routines change, have a previously agreed and written up whoops plan with strategies for your child to cope. You may need to be flexible across the year with bedtimes to respond to seasonal daylight hours. In winter, bedtimes may need to be earlier than in summer months as our body clock adjusts with the seasons. Stress. In presentations 1 and 2, the impact of stress on our ability to sleep was explored. In particular, the impact of the stress hormone cortisol in removing the sleep hormone melatonin from the body. Reduce stress before sleep by having rules to end at least an hour before bedtime any computer games, and also films and TV programs with social conflict, emotive content or violence. Have clear rules about completing homework and getting bags packed for the next day. Try to have a cut-off point of at least an hour before bedtime. This can reduce last-minute stress over finding things they need and discovering homework that needs to be in the following day. Sometimes children leave things that are bothering them until bedtime, when suddenly it all comes out. Often there is little you can do as a parent to prevent this happening at bedtime, even if you've asked them how their day was earlier. Try to avoid getting frustrated that they have waited until bedtime. There are lots of reasons why children do this. It's more important to spend some time listening and comforting them. Sometimes being seen to write down what your child says can help, and then promising to deal with the issues at a more appropriate time. Cuddle your child to sleep to help them settle. This is still important for older children and teenagers. When there are other sources of stress in the family, such as bereavement, parental relationship difficulties, financial or illness, it is important to build in extra time to settle your child at bedtime. Even if your child has not been told, they are likely to sense that something is wrong. Other strategies to reduce stress before bedtime include drawing pictures or doing puzzles, reading or listening to stories, and sometimes lavender-scented candles or bath oils can help. Other strategies. What your child eats can have an impact on their ability to get to sleep. In the 2 hours before sleep, try to avoid heavy meals, any sugary drinks and foods, and anything with caffeine in it. Physical activity can also have an impact on your child's ability to get to sleep. Ensure your child does some physical exercise each day to make their body tired and ready for sleep, but avoid energetic exercise in the hour before bedtime. Thank you for watching this presentation. If you found it helpful, please consider becoming a channel subscriber. It is free, it helps raise the profile of the channel, and you will be the first to know when new resources are released.